All right. Welcome to Simulation Talk 172, everyone. So happy to see you guys. Owls in the house. What the frick did happen to your membership? Maybe it was you were too cool. What happened there? So freaking, how are you? Yes, made it home. Came back about an hour ago, maybe 2 hours ago, from the Conscious Life Expo. That was a fun one. I'll go tomorrow again to visit. It was a good talk. It was a fun talk. As Paul Hynek said, I popped the cherry of my official keynote public speaking moment, or something like that. That was fun. Who? My name is what? My name is something. My name is It's named Shady. Sucker for dead jokes? You came to the right place, sir. All the videos you produce, perfect. Okay, these are in the conversation. Ebony, how are you? Ben, Devin, how are you, my brother? Good to see you. Did you poop your pants while public speaking? It's usually your issue. We say soiled ourselves, and we don't talk about that. All right? What happened in my pants stays in my pants. You should know that you're in Vegas. What's up, Nico? How are you doing? Breezy B. Love the handle. Crystal Ann. Was anyone here at the Conscious Life Expo today? And or going tomorrow? So my American Ninja run. Yeah, it was fun. Ben, are you people saying hello to you, Nico? On YouTube. Ebony's saying hello. And actually, funny enough, I had a really good time. It's actually a lovely event, to be quite honest. I was invited by Paul Hynek, the son of the Hynek. And it's actually funny because I spent the majority of hold on, let me pull it up. Right now. Okay, I'm not gonna try and do this. Oh man. Okay, we're back. 1 second, TikTok. I'm not going anywhere. So just have to double check that I'm not forgetting it. All the UAP community, Ebony, you would love this. Yeah, last night after the talk, well, Paul Hynek is the son of the Hynek, the famous Hynek from the UAP stuff. And he's now the CFO of the Monroe Institute. Incredible human. We became friends thanks to Kirsten. Thank you, Kirsten. Deeply appreciate it. And he invited me to talk because they had a cancellation like 2 weeks prior. And it went really well. My room was basically pretty full, which is kind of crazy because I'm a first-time speaker. Nobody really knows who I am. I had a really fun moment where I was entering an elevator and a lady came in and she said, "Oh my God, I'm listening to you right now on Danny Jones. That's crazy." I said, "That is crazy." But then, so Ebony, this one is for you. I'm sitting last night. We're sitting at Paul's room, and there was another gentleman there. There was two other people, and one of them is another Andrew, and it was a fun time, and we were talking. And then Andrew left, not Gallimore, another Andrew. And then we were talking, and this other gentleman stayed in the room, and then we started talking, and we had a deeply intellectual conversation. And he, we talked about basically the nature of reality and all this good stuff, and it was incredible. And then I started kind of understanding, because Paul was kind of like making these jokes about, we had a really good kind of conversation, and the gentleman was very enjoying it as well. But he was very kind of like, very kind of like matter of fact about everything. It's like, I've been there, done that, kind of like, I've been around the block kid kind of thing. It was fun though. And then towards the end, he's like, this was a lot of fun. We should stay in touch. He gives me his card, and I go back to the room. I'm like, I bet you he's someone pretty known. I just don't know enough about this community. So I go back to the room, and apparently that was Stephen Bassett. So I guess I was speaking to Stephen Bassett for like 3 hours straight, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know if he's known enough, but later I kind of looked it up. It looks like he's been around for sure. Federico Fagin, that would be incredible. What are you doing, Cosmo? No more shoes. Hey, stop eating shoes. No, he picked those. Babe, now he wanted to eat those. Oh, he like opens drawers now. Cosmo has evolved from just picking shoes off a rack or off a shelf to opening drawers or bags, finding the shoes, taking them out, grinding them down. This is wonderful. But the talk went really well. Pat, Crystal. Oh, Crystal, how are you? Oh, come on. I'm trying to say hello, and it keeps liking that. Dude. Okay. Sonar Bat, Kim, Dog He, Marcella, Loki, Mary, how are you? JP joins. Yeah, he's big on the disclosure thing. Was he the one that came up with that term? Disclosure? What's he eating? He's eating a boot. Interesting. Thank you, Portal 88. He was a shoemaker in his past life. I bet you he was. He needs some doggy CBD. You're not wrong. You're not. Look at it. Look at this. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. He just. Okay, now he's stopped. He's like, no, I'm not doing anything. He opened the bag. He needs to chill. Well, I mean, it's a problematic stage because he has a lot of energy. It's not his fault. He's a puppy still. He's less than a year old. Cosmo, relax. Lay down. You want to give him a melatonin, baby? Why not?
I gave it to him earlier.
Thank you, Killing Time. Appreciate it. And then, it's the stage where you kind of just have to take it because we have to snip him first and then train him, which we will. But you have to snip him first, and he has to reach a certain age. So I think we can technically already do it. He's almost a year old, but making doggy mushroom trees. Oh, so speaking of, are you guys familiar? Probably the TikTokers are familiar with him more. Why am I spacing on his name right now? Gabriel Hardy. He's the guy on TikTok that is really known because he kind of published also. He had like a really big clip about the language, the Alison Gray language that he saw. Young kid, awesome dude. We've been in touch ever since, and he was there today, and we did a little interview for his TV, his YouTube thing, TV. Well, it is at the TV now, and he has a little mini company that does all kinds of supplements, and one of them is Amanita muscaria. And what's interesting is that I did not know that this thing you can just kind of do whatever with it. Apparently, it's legal. It's crazy. So I never tried it before. It's the other kind of mushrooms.
I'm gonna close you in here.
Sure, baby.
Yeah.
Sure. And has anyone ever tried this before? It's interesting. It's almost like GABA. Well, it has GABA in it. It kind of chills you out. It's almost like very gentle. I mean, I took very little, obviously, because I had to drive and stuff. Because all I heard about it is basically closer to psychosis than like a psychedelic thing. But then he said, no, if you take like really, really little, it's kind of like Xanax, but like very, very, very low dose. And it was like that. It's kind of like it just kind of chills you out. It's kind of weird. Danny Messi is correct. Correct. Sophia, how are you? Anywho, welcome to Simulation Talk 172. Getting up there, starting to reach 200. It's going to be kind of cool. Oh, there's a phone on the screen? Sorry. Yeah, now it's charging, so. Hand pink waving. What does that mean? Yeah. Oh, it was blocked the whole time. Anyways, but you heard what I said, right? That's the important part. Tried Amanita myself, but I have trip set for 2 friends who tried it and they did not have a good time. It's absolutely terrible, so I'd be careful. Well, I'm the closest you're going to get to a professional in that space. And I do mean this. Like, I know how to handle these spaces pretty well. But yeah, I did hear some stories. I think it's closer to K than anything else, to be honest. We'll see. I might do a full dose just to see how it is. It'd be fun. Lindsay, how are you? What's the name of the guy from the expo again? Which guy, Casey? There was a lot of people. Paul Hynek, or we're talking about Gabriel? If Gabriel, then Gabriel Hardy. He has a TikTok thing. It kind of went viral with the Alison Gray language. Rollerblade my dog to Dairy Queen and she gets a cone. That's adorable. That is adorable. Oh, Steve Bassett? Yeah. Stephen Bassett. I think it's spelled with the FH if I'm not mistaken, but I'm dyslexic, so who knows. My one friend said it felt like he was going up 100 floors in an elevator and then back down 100 floors, like 100 miles an hour over and over. Well, again, I can't speak because I haven't done the full dose yet, but these kind of effects are usually people are resisting something, which happens. I'm glad you caught the live power off. Good girl. They have a lot of energy today because it got a little cooler. Yeah, Federico Fagin would be an awesome person to talk to. Wait, I didn't even know he's still alive? I thought he passed away. Am I wrong about this? Most likely I am. Is he alive, Federico Fagin? My live is awesome. Keep going. 44825. Thank you so much, Lincoln Bio. What is 44825? And once again, Lindsay, so happy to see you here. Also, I see that Jack is trying to come on the chat. If you guys want to come on the chat, please drop me a message in the chat first with the subject matter that you want to discuss, and then we can pop you in when it's the proper time. So please let me know what would you like to talk about, brother. And then we'll make our calculations. Cool Breeze, how you doing? How are you? Hyper exile? Hyper exile. That's not good. Dobre noci, and indeed, Artica. I swear I'm not racist. That's always a good. Let's just first start from the fact that this is always a great start to a sentence. I swear I'm not racist. You're up for something interesting, okay? But every all-white dog I've ever met has been insane. Interesting. Stop killing time. Cam is okay, that was from before. Wow, I'm so behind. I guess it also jumps to like previous comments. On my end, Ebony, it's spelled Stephen. Just so you know, Stephen Bassett, not a V. I have to double check myself because I'm terrible at this. I'm just letting you know what Google is saying. I'm hungry. Any new updates on the code? I mean, I don't know when was the last time you heard. I don't know when you know, so it's hard for me to know. We know that magnets influence it. Did you know that? Still in person thing. Not sure what you're referring to. Managed to film the codes. I think we have. I don't know for sure yet because I haven't seen it myself. But there's some claims about being able to see the code without the molecule. Backing? What is backing? Oh, you're talking about the shoes? Definitely weren't as experienced as you are currently, so it'd probably have a much different experience with Amanita. Just between you and I don't think anyone as experienced as me currently. I'm not even kidding. No, we have not filmed the code. You can achieve it filming with 2 cameras side by side. You did this, Subsibi? Oh, probably. Yeah. No, that's not what it is. There's a particular sensor, apparently. But that's a good idea. Like basically create an ocular system. No, I got the joke about my dog being white. I got it. Do you or anyone believe we have gone interstellar? You mean already? I don't think so. I don't think there's any reason to believe that. I said, or we'll go in the future? Absolutely. I set my laser up outside Wednesday night. Set up laser up outside Wednesday night on one of my porch posts and took a few toe dipping hits. I saw what looked to me almost like some Aztec hieroglyphs type of stuff going on. Sounds about right. I don't know how you perceive in what you call Aztec, but it sounds about right. Yeah, in an ocular way, you can capture 3D. Well, this also needs to be another thing with distance from one another, but you're right. Have you had time to use the molecule lately? No, not lately, but I'm going to be doing it quite a bit very soon because we're filming a bunch of experiments coming up. In a minute for me, I was thinking maybe tonight. Let us know. You've been Federico is alive and huge on YouTube all the time. Looked his essential foundation. Let's see. Let's see. Not now. On YouTube or okay, I'll read it after. I'll see what it is. That's good to know. We do need to show him the laser, huh? Let's go. Let's go, Fabiano. Is there any golden ratio or other logic maths behind the glyph's location or size? I don't think you can deduce this from the way that the code appears. The code is way too complex. Too stressed about this. Oh no, I'm just getting up there. By the way, you know that I was born with gray hair? Did you know that? When I was born, I was completely blonde, which was really weird. But I also had gray hair when I was born. I had gray hair my whole life, which is really strange. I mean, I actually have pretty healthy and knock on wood, and also pretty healthy looking hair without really doing too much. Again, knock on wood, especially for my age. But I always had gray hair my whole life. Have you written down any code? I see. Again, guys, all the questions about the specifics of the code, all that stuff, you can always go to Discord. There's a few representations that Ebony made, and I think we added a couple more. So all that stuff is going to be over there. The short answer is there's too much code. It's moving too fast. You can't really grab what is actually there, or it's very difficult. Let's just say that. I started getting white hair when I was 16. So freaking cool. Just rock it. Oh, I love it. I see it as wisdom. Had it my whole life. Good to see you. Good night. Good night, Lindsay. See you on Zoom, I guess, soon. Been absolutely fascinating by your discovery. Thank you, Isomer. I appreciate you. Also, if you happen to be just joining in and you have no idea what we're doing, feel free to ask, and I will explain a little bit. Otherwise, I would assume everybody here are familiar with our stuff, and there's no need to go into too much depth about that. So, yes, many surfaces. It's all the same. It has nothing to do with this. The second you see one time, the code one time, you know immediately it has nothing to do with the surface. It's not on the surface. It's in the subspace that you see inside the wall, so to speak. And no, not only red laser work, but any other frequency would work. It's just that it's the easiest thing is to do it with a red laser because it's a lower frequency. Casey, how are you, my brother? Oh, let me do this so I don't forget. Let me do this so I don't forget. Do you like the song? The song is about me not forgetting. I just made it up. I don't know if you can believe that something this beautiful was created on the fly. I know it's hard to believe. Let's just do this so I don't forget. Wow, wow. I think I'm going to start making music, guys. I think that's what's going to happen next. I did not know I have this talent. It's incredible. Oh, the voice of a crow. Beautiful. Let me see what this does. Let me do this so I don't forget. And then I'm going to forget. That's the most amazing thing. If I forget while I'm singing this, then this song was also pointless. At least it sounded amazing, as you can hear. Honestly, I don't know where I get this musical genius. It's kind of hard to believe. I never had any formal training. Did you know that in music? I just naturally can do what you just heard. It's kind of incredible. Oh, that's how. How you doing, brother?
Yay.
Did you come in to talk about how amazed you are from my singing abilities?
No, I wanted to come hear more about how amazed I'll be about your what you did at the expo today. And are you going to speak tomorrow?
No. Are you around?
Well, yeah, yeah, of course.
Wait, you were there in my
No,
in my
I wasn't there, but
I was like,
if you're going to be doing it tomorrow, I'll just maybe jam up there.
No, I was just there today, and I most likely will go tomorrow just to kind of pop in and say hello to some people. Apparently, Sasha Stone is there, and it would be nice to say hello to him in person.
All right, then maybe I'll message you if I'm going to head up to check it out.
Yeah, let me know, because if I will go, I will tell you right away. It will only be close to probably 5 p.m. or so. But let me know before you go. Yeah, it would be nice to see you in person. I mean, I'm going to see you either way on Saturday, but...
Yeah. Oh, Saturday?
Well, I'm going to see you for the experiment regardless.
Is it scheduled?
On the 15th?
I didn't see it yet.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure that Aaron gets on that. I think he was just traveling. Okay. And if not, then I'll personally make sure that by tomorrow you have everything.
Yeah, because I can show you in person another thing I got going on.
Perfect. Yeah, no, so you can already kind of count on the fact that it's going to be like we don't because we don't exactly know what we might need to do. Just come for as long as you can. Like if you can come the earliest you can, and then stay the longest you can, and we'll obviously make sure that that you will leave when you have to leave, and we'll grab everything on time. But yeah,
I know the drill. No
Yeah,
problem. Yeah, definitely. Cool.
okay, that's a good kick in the butt to like get on the schedule, because that's supposed to be Aaron's thing, but I know he was traveling and was very very busy recently, so I'll
Okay.
get on that. By tomorrow, you can have everything.
Cool. So how did
Carter, how are
today
you?
go? What were you speaking about?
About the discovery.
And then how'd it go?
It actually went really well. I I kind of had to tailor suit a little bit the type of conversation to more of the community that is there. But I feel like in general, the room was actually, even the organizer came in to me and she said that was surprisingly full. Like, because you're a first time speaker, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, so it was kind of interesting. So a few people knew who I was, and I think 2 or 3 people came just because they came to see me, which was very humbling. But at the same time, yeah, it just, you know what it is. I did public speaking about this before, just never like officially on stage in an event, which kind of
Yeah.
changes things a little bit. But it was a good flow. It felt good. Obviously, there's a lot of things I gotta. I watched Paul Hynek speak the night before, and he's a master. Like, he's a master
Yeah, he's been
public
doing it
speaker.
a while.
He's
Yeah.
so good, man.
Yeah,
He's
right.
so good. It's amazing, and I learned a lot. He's so good. And it's also fun because I only had a week to really prepare whatever it was that I'm speaking about, and I'm the best uh, when I'm just spitballing. So
Yeah.
we created. Kelsey helped me like put the I created a little thing with ChatGPT with some of the input that I gave it, like a little presentation. Kelsey helped me with the graphics, but really for
Nice.
the most part, I just ignored it. Like it would throw me off because I just need to kind of be in my element. But I just need to add more structure. But I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It's great practice.
How would you compare the reaction to that live crowd to like this right now, this YouTube crowd?
From the live crowd?
Yeah, like today, your experience, so the reaction there compared to the reaction online, like to the live crowd right now that we're experiencing as we speak.
Before or after I started taking my clothes off?
Your clothes off? Is that what you said?
At a certain point, you get desperate. You got to do something.
Nice.
No, I don't quite really understand the question because it's a completely different thing. Like
Well,
here,
like so on online, there's a lot of people like asking questions, about the laser. How do you do it? This and that.
well, on stage that's why it's a completely different thing. I'm basically
Okay.
lecturing. So just like I go on my tangents, but there I had to like come up with like a semi structure to kind of explain that to people from A to Z. I had 90 minutes. I can do whatever I want with.
Was there a Q&A?
So I spoke for an hour and then I left 30 minutes of Q&A, and it was wonderful. People really engaged. I kept everybody in their seats almost till the last minute.
Was the Q&A like similar to like the questions that you were asked in the live chats here, or a different caliber?
I think it had a slant of like a deeper component. So people would ask questions about the nature of reality, about the beings, but like more in depth because it's a community of people that really care about spiritual ascension and UAP and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed, bringing Paul Hynek's talk, which is incredible, by the way. It's basically about crypto. But which is interesting because that crowd apparently does not like crypto. I didn't know that. And what's interesting is that he calls it aliens, the molecule, alien, or aliens, the molecule, and crypto. That's what the name of the talk is. And he puts this ridiculous like blazer.
3 things that this little new experiment I've got going on that I'm going to show you. Those are the 3 things that it kind of unlocks. Is it's a crypto thing, it's a da-da-da thing, and a da-da-da thing. I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And that's why the magnet is so important because of the if the encryption process. That's if the magnet scrambles it, it can scramble the encryption in some ways, something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. If all of this verified, it really lends itself to like cryptology and all of that stuff.
Yeah, well,
but he was specifically he's trying to educate. So he's a finance professor. So he actually was trying to educate people about crypto. And again, he does a masterful job at explaining what it is and how it works for dummies. Hold on. Go, baby, go. Huh? Where's your treat? Huh? It's okay. He doesn't want it. I got it.
Yeah, because apparently there's something with a blockchain where it's going to like, there's some date and far a little bit out in the future where it's going to like, shit the bed or whatever, and they have to solve it, and it's going to take some sort of quantum computing to be able to solve the problem or whatnot. But yeah.
You're talking about crypto in general?
Crypto in relation to the quantum computing and stuff like that. There's a problem with the blockchain apparently where it's going to reach a point where it can't do what it does unless there's some sort of understanding of how certain quantum mechanics work to solve it. I'm not too sure exactly.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that problem, but
I think it could have something to do with also the breaking of the encryption. But at any rate, that's what's coming up in my little thing here is popping up. Going, yep, that's a problem.
Interesting. Yeah. So, anyways, I really enjoyed it. I do appreciate the question. It was a really fun experience, and I'll definitely be doing more of those. And I think engaging with people live is really the main kind of thing to move the dial. But my lives on a daily basis, they're also the honing of the craft, I think, because when you do it on a or at least semi daily basis, you kind of have to handle the fact that you don't always feel the same, right? So I have different moods. Sometimes I'm too tired. Sometimes I'm this. Sometimes I'm that. And in the beginning, you remember I used to jump on no matter what, like even if I would just be like completely exhausted. The reason I don't do that anymore, for example, is because I realized I'm just not doing anyone a favor. Like it was more like I want to prove to myself that I can show up. But okay, but if I can't show up in the right way, I'm not really doing anyone a favor. I'm just kind of like, just here.
But it was awesome that you did show up. It made a difference. It was like laying the kindling for a big bonfire to finally happen,
Yeah, but if I get annoyed too much in that chat, then it doesn't really serve a purpose. Yeah, and I don't even like, me at this point. Like I'm wearing my feelings on my sleeve. Like I'm not hiding anything, including my many faults. It's just that it's not comfortable. You're coming on a chat and it's like somebody's just like super jaded or annoyed. It's like it doesn't feel good. It's not good energy. So there's no point to that. So I stopped. My OCD told me, "No, man, you said you're gonna show up every day." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm just sitting here." And then somebody comes on and I'm just like basically like either berating them or something. It's like, what's the point of that? It's like stupid. So yeah, it's you gotta know when it's just virtue signaling. You know what I mean?
How would you compare like going up in front of that crowd to going on something as big as like Danny Jones or whatever? Like as far as like the nerves or the
I don't. I'm very lucky this way. I don't have that. I get energized by the crowd. I feel people pretty well, especially in person. So I kind of feel where people are at. So if I'm in a pretty normal state, I don't even have to be on it. It's pretty easy for me to gauge what's going on. Really, the main thing with crowds is that they're almost like one person together. And then you kind of feel that person's energy. Sometimes the crowd will pull back, the crowd will do this, the crowd will do that.
Yeah, wow.
Danny Jones is just sitting with one person in the room. I don't really have the whole. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be standing in front of 80,000 people. I feel like maybe it's a little different, but for like rooms, I can work rooms. Like it's, I'm not professional, but I feel comfortable in the room. Like I don't.
So is it because that you have worked in the industry that when you're like on Danny Jones, you don't think of it as being standing in front of like 200 and something thousand people that viewed the video?
I don't know if it's like this in general for anyone. I think the reason that podcasts are easier to do is because you don't feel that crowd and everything.
Okay.
I'm just naturally, I feel comfortable in front of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's especially the more people, the better. It's easier because you kind of facing more energy and you can kind of work with that energy. Now, I will say that when I was a little younger, one of my biggest dreams, because it's one of my favorite things aside from physics, it's comedy. So I actually wanted to be a stand-up comedian at some point in my life, and I did a couple of open mics when I lived in Indiana, and I It was terrible because when I just moved to the US, like my accent now is okay, but my accent was so thick and nobody could understand me. So I felt the feeling of bombing, dude. That it really is as painful as people describe it and worse. Like it really is painful, very painful.
Bill's character, right?
Oh well, I haven't done it for a while after that. But the thing is that I knew that, and this is why I'm like extra, just so blown away and so. I guess I have such tremendous respect for comedians that are not from here, and they really, like that guy from
The
Finland.
Estonian guy.
Well, he's pretty funny. To be
Yeah,
honest, he's at this point maybe because I'm getting more mature.
Yeah.
The edge for no reason, I see it as insecurity. So it turns me off. He's a little insecure for me.
I got you.
And someone who's really good, I'm sure he'll grow into it. I mean, it's still pretty good, but he definitely, I see the insecurity, and that kind of just feels wrong to me. But Ismo, the Finnish guy.
Oh, I don't know him, but I love.
Oh man, he's
That's
amazing
something
because
that's
he
so
basically
fucking
leaned full into the fact that he has a very thick accent.
Yeah.
And he talks mostly about how weird and funny the English language is. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's amazing.
Their language is so wild.
Dude, he's so amazing. Yeah, he has this whole bit about silent letters. Like, a lot of comedians have bits about silent letters, but he doesn't talk about it. He just basically presents it in a story line where he talks to somebody. He's like, what was it? It goes like, he said the word debt is pretty weird. Dept. And it's like somebody invented this word just to fuck with the Finnish people. And then he's like, I asked a friend of mine who's American, and I said, is there a B in debt? And he said, obviously.
Nice.
And then he said, obviously. And then he said, it's a subtle thing. He's brilliant. He's amazing. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Ismo is amazing. Okay, let's see.
All right, yeah, back to the questions. I got my wife yelling at me, so just wanted to.
Oh no,
hear
this
what
is
you-
fun. This
yeah,
is
go on.
this is fun.
All right. License. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later, brother.
Okay, gotta go, brother.
You were never nervous on stage, not scared of people. Amazing, Artica. Do you do public speaking? The idea that blockchain will blow up or quantum. No, I don't think it's fear mongering. I'm not sure what Casey was referring to. Yeah, I've never heard of it before either. But Casey is not the fear mongering kind. I think he was just trying to talk about something that he heard somewhere. But I don't know what he's referring to. But I don't know that to be true. I think Carter can probably comment on this. Oh, I see. Carter said, "Where are you getting that?" So basically, it's not true. But I don't know. I wonder what he saw that made him think that. When he'll jump back on you, there's an answer to the problem, right? Because basically, so Carter is an expert in blockchain and crypto. Isn't it also the case that basically most of it was already mined? Oh, you're saying the encryption is at risk? Church singing. Whoa. Oh, the origin was. Got it. It was incredibly weird. All his stuff, the Ismo, you guys, if you don't know him, you guys should check him out. Ismo, ISMO. Amazing. Okay, here's what you guys should do. Ismo, seashells at the seashore. Just type in on YouTube, Ismo seashells at the seashore. Even if you do it now during the live, I'm not going to be mad at you. You can look it up. It's a short bit. I mean, it's maybe 5 or 6 minutes long. All his jokes, because he has the very thick accent, all the jokes are super well written. So you nailed it. Like, he's so masterful with how the jokes are constructed. I have such tremendous respect for people like that. So Carter, encryption at risk, does that mean that what Casey was saying is correct? So like the encryption part is the problem? Why is it a problem? Because the compute that we're getting to can actually override the blockchains, or like actually fake the blockchains? Is that what it is? If you know also, then if you can check any video on Area 52. Wait, Maverick Star saying wait. Oh, joining Discord. You said something about Area 52 on Discord. If you have any questions, you can come join us. The community are actually really interesting and open for diverse topics. Awesome. Maverick Star. Oh, an intern at Area 52. Cool. That's awesome, brother. If you can check any video on Area 52 channel, there will be a Discord invite in the description. Cool. Yeah, I know of the channel. I think they tried to run the experiment, if I'm not mistaken, right? Fearless of capable of breaking codes. Got it. Fearless of breaking codes. Right, she sells seashells on the seashore. Yep. She sells seashells on the seashore Ismo. What an incredible bit. I'm not going to tell you any of it because there's no way I'm going to do it justice. And it has to be her. You have to listen to it in his accent. It's perfect. I fear that your discovery will be co-opted by the who's fear-mongering now and not allowed to be disseminated into the scientific community at large. You want to put money on that? That that's not how things work? Also, they don't really have the capability of doing that because this is exactly the point. It's already out there. The cat is way out of the bag. Way, way out of the bag. Yep, it's already here. There's nothing to try. It's out. That's it. Done. It's done. Way too many people know about this at this point. This is not, the project is no longer in its infancy, guys. It's out there. So in that sense, mission accomplished. Now, what do we do with it? Amazing. Yeah, Owl, you're gonna love this. Get myself HPPD and Kundalini syndrome. Anyone else experience this? Oh, wait. Is it I forget. I'm so sorry. My brain is like, is HPPD is the long-lasting thing? Hold on. Yeah, persistent. So basically what Dennis had. And so, okay, let's ask you a couple of questions, Sean. So first of all, I'm sorry to hear that. Kundalini syndrome. I didn't know it's a name. What was the substance in use? How long ago did it happen? How long did it last, or is it still lasting? And what are the effects? 4 questions. What was the substance? When did it happen? How long did it last or still lasting? And what are the specific syndromes? What's up, Mike? Zerg. Beautiful. How many similar projects such as the efficient carburetor, etc., were squashed? I promise you that this is much bigger than all these things. Also, there's nothing that anyone can, that all these engine stuff and all that stuff, it requires a lot of doing to actually make happen. And if the information was truly public in the way that this is already public, then people would just replicate the engine. The fact that you don't have engines all over the world tells you that it was not that public, or it was simply not true. One or the other. There's no other options. And also, most of them, I'm going to submit to you, they become known after people already make the stories, or after the case becomes that these people are either missing or something happens to them. Well, I appreciate the vote of support, Isomer. It's not that I'm not being defensive about the size of the experience. I'm simply stating a very simple fact about the capability of anyone to blog this information at this point. It's out. That's it. There's no, it's out. Like there is no putting it back in the bag. There's none of that. You can't. Last year of did a stupid amounts of what, Sean? What specifically? Awesome. Such as efficient carburetor, yeah. The water engine, all of that stuff, right? Oh, so the question was, am I still working on PGF? Yeah, the next season starting on, supposed to fly out there on March 20th. Why do you ask, brother? And by the way, I am working on trying to see if I can get you in. That would be awesome to have you there. As I said, I'm really fascinated. I used to listen to hundreds of hours of Terence McKenna. Well, we're in the same boat, brother. Or sister. Can't really tell from the picture. I would assume, brother, but you correct me, please, if I'm wrong. Terence is definitely one of my heroes, for sure. What do I think about The Matrix? It's awesome. Agent Smith did not see Dan coming. Exactly. Also, it's not a prison like in the movie. Awesome. I've asked because my Instagram feed has awesome matches. Yeah. So these are all remakes or what are they? Primaries, whatever it's called. Or what are they called? The preliminaries, not primaries. Preliminaries. They were not. That was not in Vegas. Vegas is going to be in the crew. We're arriving on March 20th. It's going to start on March 21st. Hishi. But yeah, working on trying to get you in. So if you can come. So again, Sean, I would love to know what you've done specifically. I had a seizure years ago, and the energy blockage happens in that area. Okay. A Kundalini syndrome is when the body can't handle the amount of energy flowing through the system. Oh, yeah, the awakening. I've seen this multiple times, and then people get a little manic. Is that what happened to you as well? Or very manic? I know it can be real phenomena, but I believe it is super rare. And when it is a thing, it's pretty debilitating for a person. All of that is true. Like if you are just having a bit of visual snow or lingering effects after a heavy trip, you probably don't have HPPD. True. PGF is in Vegas. It's the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition that I'm part of the crew working on. The doctors think I'm crazy. Well, all the doctors think we're all crazy. Awakening syndrome, yeah, basically kind of that. Oh, you had that too? Okay, so Sean, question. So you still have it? And I'm not asking these questions for entertainment. I'm actually asking them to see if we can get somewhere. How long ago did it happen? And is it still happening? And what is it that is happening? 3 questions. And again, you didn't tell me what substance you used to exacerbate it. Or was it not a substance? Was it just the Kundalini awakening? Could see your discovery being a topic at the ALPS Foundation and TED Talk someday. Appreciate it. Truly truth seeker, and in my experience, this is a rare thing. Appreciate you, Isomer. I am. That is all I really care about. 2019, that is the year that seemed to be really pivotal for many people. How did it happen to you, Artica? Naturally? Then how long did it last? It ends with me. What ends with Vegas? Oh, you know who else I met at the talk? Rizwan Verk. You know the guy that spoke about the simulation thing on Joe Rogan. He was in the audience the first day I came, and then he came to my talk today. It was I was honored. Came to my talk today, and we spoke. He's like, "Hey man, it's really great to meet you." We exchanged numbers. It was awesome. Yeah, so it was great. It was great to chat with him. We're going to be talking a little bit. Alan Wake. What's up, GR33NX Room? No, I know. I just like I like to read the letters exactly how they are. How you doing? With stars. Oh man. I didn't hear this before. I got it. Green Room. So the thing that we were talking about the other day, I mean, now we're kind of too far into the chat, I think, for today, but I really wanted to maybe break down some of the gene keys together. So maybe we can start with that tomorrow. It sounded like it was a yes for most people, but we're gonna try and see if people align, if people feel good about it. So yeah, we should definitely try, and then we'll see where it goes. Which do you recommend first? What are we talking about? Oh, honestly, I recommend to first listen to the podcast that I was talking about with the guy who wrote Gene Keys and what's his face, Rick Rubin. I'm gonna send it to you, Carter. You should definitely listen to that one. It's a really good introduction because it kind of outlines what it is, how it came about, and it gives you a good understanding of who he is as a person. It's really great. Oh, which key? Sorry, which key? I'm a moron. I don't know. Mine just started randomly from the one that I kind of picked up on when I started re-listening to the book after we had the conversation about, which was Gene Key 31. Also, I feel like it's a relevant one. What are the odds? I just looked you on Google and you are live. The odds, I don't know. The chances are 100% because we're doing it. And other dad jokes. But welcome. I'm glad you're here. 11-11, baby. I am alive. Welcome, Jasmine. I'm glad you're here. Were you at the Conscious Life Expo today or something? There's a lot of people there today. There's so many people there. The visual snow static, etc. happens only in episodes. The energy flows smoothly, but gets trapped in a part of head, making me shake. It's giving me insomnia. Man, I'm sorry. This does not sound fun. It was just a good Aubrey Marcus about the gene keys recently too. Just heard it after the conversation about human design and gene keys. Fun coincidence. No coincidences, but that's good to know. If I were you, you would I would genuinely just try to stop thinking negatively about whatever going on with you. I know that it might be easier said than done. At least try. Not a bad advice, but sometimes it is not that easy. So I feel you, Sean. Well, I'm glad you're here with us, man. We definitely don't think you're crazy. What are the main symptoms? Is it just negative emotions, or what specifically are you experiencing as part of it? Keep the conversation going. Oh, thank you for reminding us, Ebony. I appreciate you. I've been thinking about Dimitri and lasers for a few weeks and remembered to look it up. Wonderful. Danny's DNA. What about my DNA? The gene keys? I think it's all of ours. That's the point of it. What a blow you are delivering to scientific materialism. I think so. Again, I appreciate the vote of support and everything, but I do feel that blow is being delivered from all directions. I think materialism at this point is just untenable. But I will say that again, materialism is useful for certain things, and it doesn't need to necessarily go away. So if you're gonna do engineering, a good engineer needs to be a materialist. I don't want my engineer to be, an idealist who thinks from the first principles of consciousness. That's not going to be helpful for a building. So it's okay. It's pretty useful for certain things. There's really good talk that I saw recently by. Oh man, what's his name? Hold on. really gotta work on my memory. Spanish physicist here talks about studying blind guy who can see images. Wait. That's not it. That's not it at all, man. Hopefully YouTube is not gonna get stuck on me like last time. Hold on. I'm gonna put hold on. Don't go anywhere. We're back. All right. So first thing first, I post it right here. I'm going to give you a really good talk to watch. So if you guys go to YouTube now, to the chat on YouTube, here is the talk that I highly recommend you watch. It goes really hand in hand with a lot of the stuff that is happening now in the zeitgeist. There you go, shared. It's the Spanish physicist who basically talks about, he's also experimentation with a blind guy who can literally see images even before they pick the image, which is really strange. And he's a young guy, so he has a lot to lose in terms of reputation. He just kind of follows the evidence. Really great talk. You can find it right now on the chat on YouTube. Dango Thoughts, if you're on TikTok or X or Twitch, it's DANGO Thoughts is my YouTube channel where we're streaming live right now. Dango Thoughts. I hope you tune much more. Oh, I appreciate you, ASMR. Absolutely. I love talking to the audience. When was the last time I touched grass? I don't know. 3 years ago or something. It's not my teacher. We kind of parted ways when I was 26, a long time ago. Whoa. Wow, what? No, that can't be. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's basically 15 years ago. Whoa. But I did it still. It's just stopped being my teacher. The thing is that I have nothing against it. Some people, it really helps them, and they're really good with it. But it's not my teacher. I wouldn't deny that. I'm talking about those who say there is nothing other than material. Yeah, I absolutely agree. 3 years, 15 years. 3 years where I didn't touch it at all. 15 years where I know it kind of stopped agreeing with me. Oh, you know this guy? Isomer? I've never seen him before. This is new to me, which is cool. I'm going to pick up a magnifying glass and see how it looks. Forgot all about trying the magnet. Yeah, with the magnifying glass, it should help you for sure. The energy flowing through me causing convulsions in the same area of my brain. A lot of negative emotions coming up and instant resolving as they come up. Like I've released trauma and it won't leave the body, energetic body. Wow, that is heavy. What's up, Vok Laser? Peered into the refractive laser yesterday to see code. Looked like many layers, cylinders spinning in different directions, yes, and different speeds, all covered in hieroglyphs. Yeah, so the hieroglyphs. Exactly. It's not zeros and ones, Vuk. Vuk. How do you pronounce that? I'm glad you experienced it. Michael, how you doing, brother? I haven't seen you in so long, man. Wait, let's try and bring you on. Michael's a good friend from back in the day. Mike, if you're around and you feel like it, please come on. It would be great to chat with you. Yoga helps avoiding stimulus, symmetry poses, etc. Yeah, we tried to spin the lasers. It doesn't really work, to be quite honest. I think you need either way more powerful lasers or some other form to actually rotate them. Yeah, larger surface needs to be covered. I would agree with that. Working on that part. Try the hologramming the laser. The hologram experiment is also coming along. Yes. We'll get all of it eventually. We'll catch them all, like Pokemons. It's going to do an extended camping trip, become one with nature. That is a good advice, man. Oh, you have really good advice. Yeah, so what I think diffracting it differently, I don't think it actually matters. The code is just the code. What matters, I think, is what you do around the code. Try and perturb it. Magnet seems to be the best bet at the moment. But again, I'm never going to block anyone trying something. It would be great if somebody comes up with something. Was left for us to find. Yep. Well, of course, obviously, the code was left for us to find. It's a breadcrumb for sure. Oh, what is that? Oh, it gives us a little puzzle. Okay, good. Observer principle. Absolutely. Well, in this case, it seems to be completely external, or what we call external. Seems to be more physical than anything else. Any color works. All right, guys. Today, I will have to keep it short because I am kind of fading, and it's getting late for me. Apologies. We'll chat again tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining the chat. If you want to follow me across platforms, it will be Danny Goller on TikTok and Instagram. It will be Goller Danny on X. It will be LaserX83 on Twitch and Dango Thoughts on YouTube. DANGO Thoughts. Or you can follow the link tree in the description in TikTok. YouTube it also includes Zoom calls with me, weekly lives aside from the daily lives that are for members only, early access to all my content that I'm releasing, and private stuff for my life that will only live on YouTube members and nowhere else. Thank you so much for all the members that are already members. I deeply appreciate you because I can do this work much more full time. And thank you, special thank you for all the people that are always helping me with all kinds of other things that are very large to medium to even small, but everybody are helping me out in some significant way. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Carter. Thank you, Irv. Thank you, Ebony, Azamoon, and Chris, and Ben, or Devin. Who else am I forgetting? Lovey Whittles, Daniel, and all the regulars, Artica and Casey, and Isomer for participating today. Nico, I love you, brother. Thank you so much for helping me with everything and the paper. You guys are amazing. And in general, thank you for all the community that is always showing up. Carter, you're the man, brother. Love you all. And Sean, I'm sorry that you're going through it, brother. I'm glad that you have at least this community. Simon, how are you, brother? And please feel free to join anytime, especially if you're feeling, alone. Please come and be part of our lives. It would be great to have you here every time. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you all. Deep love, peace and love. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao. Oh, and how could I forget Aaron Benden, the director of the film? The one and the only, the legend. What an incredible creator he is. Thank you, Aaron, for everything. And thank you for all the people that contributed. Thank you to John Chavez. Thank you to Omani. Thank you for Kevin Churko, all the people that have contributed, and all the people that are contributing and contributed on GoFundMe to the film. You can always watch the trailer if you're new to the channel. If you don't know the channel on YouTube, it's Dango Thoughts. And under the trailer, we have our GoFundMe page. We're still raising money for the rest of what we need to do with the film. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, we definitely understand, John. You're not alone. And also, I can tell you, and I'm pretty sure eventually it will dissipate. It might take a little bit more time, but it will. You're going through something very important for everybody. So thank you for that. You're absolutely not crazy. We love you, man. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace and love.